Wayne Bagley, also known as
Bagzdaryda.
I met Wayne about a month or so ago. Had a conversation with him. Seemed to be a bright young man, 24 years old, very mature for his age. A lot to say to the youth of Yonkers and everywhere about the positive stuff, about the things they have to do, the things they need to get away from and be away from it. Sometimes the easy way out is not the best way out, and he has a positive message. Wayne, first we need to know about you as a person. I believe that you are from Yonkers. You've been living in Yonkers all your life, except certain amount of times that you've been in Mount Vernon or whatever.
Right.
But basically, you are a kid from Yonkers. Is that right?
Correct.
From where? Where did you grow up?
I grew up. Well, my father is from Vavine, so that was like one of my first houses that I lived in Yonkers. And then from there, I moved to School Street. I stayed at School Street for like 10 years or whatever. And then that's when I was back and forth to different places and stuff like that.
Now, do you remember when you used to live in School Street, how things used to be back then compared to now?
It was reckless. It was bad, and it also was fun times too as well.
And how old were you back then?
I was
More or less.
like 8, 7 years old.
8, 7, 8. And you move on and you went to school. And your parents, for what I understand, gave you good guidance, correct?
Correct.
And good and strong pillars for your life.
Right.
I also heard about that you're a storyteller. You write and you tell stories. And your lyrics and your stories, it's not just you pick up a piece of paper, something comes to your mind, and you just write words that rhyme. Your lyrics actually have a meaning. Can you tell us about it?
Yes, it has a meaning. I speak about my struggle whenever I'm hurting, whenever I go through things with my wife, my son, my mom, my pops, my family, or just me going through a situation by myself. I write it down.
So the music for you, it's like an output as well. Keeps you focused, keeps you in touch with the struggles that you just said, and what you need to do to get out of those struggles, right?
Correct.
Now, have you noticed around us now about the crime, the things that are going on in Yonkers? What do you think about that, Wayne?
The crimes that I think about in Yonkers, I feel like it's influenced by the music. I feel that the top artists like the Locks, DMX, and stuff like that, it carries a stigma that Yonkers is supposed to be like the hardest out. We supposed to be hard body all the time and tough, and I feel like we carry that stigma, and I feel like that we try to carry that tradition and to promote it more, and I feel like we need to break that and not look at it as that we supposed to glorify killing each other, beating each other up, or robbing each other, selling drugs and guns and stuff like that. I just feel like it's been going on for too long.
So are you saying that the lyrics have a direct impact on the things that we are seeing on the street in regards to crime?
Right. I feel that if we didn't have anyone to listen to that uses those lyrics in their songs, I feel that it probably could be less of what we see, because what we hear is like when you repeatedly hear something, whether you want to ignore it or not, some way down the line is gonna impact you and influence you to do something, whether it's positive or negative. But right now, as far as the negative and positive side, all we hear is negative things in these in the music.
Yeah, but what about family ties, parents? You just told me that your parents, your father, gave you a good basis for success in your life, for you to be who you are. Could it be that is lacking on the lives of the youth, on our youth now?
Yes. For me, I feel that I'm in a good place because of my parents, my father, my godfather too as well. there's like I have guidance, I have knowledge, self knowledge. My father's still in my life. He helps me out still to this day, and I'm just more aware of things, and I have a head on my shoulders. And I'm not like I'm a street dude. Like I come from the streets and stuff like that, but I don't do like street things and stuff like that. I just have like street knowledge.
Wayne, do you think that when a 14, 15, 16 does something really serious, like taking the life of another, do you think they are fully aware of the consequences of what they are doing?
No, they don't think about the consequences. I don't think they think about being caught or whether they don't think about being caught. They just more so thinking about doing what they got to do first. And even if they do think about the consequences, they just feel that it won't affect them until it actually happens. I don't know. I honestly want to know what goes through these people's heads too when they commit these crimes and then they realize the consequences. Like, what do they think? That's a question that I have too for these people. I don't know.
Now, I'm on the street all the time, and I talk to people, and one of the things that I hear a lot is that when a black person gets killed, the crime is almost never resolved. What do you think is the reason for that? Do you know anything? Do you have any idea why things are not resolved?
Lack of information that people provide, and it's a code that people follow. It's a code that's been around for a long time. No snitching, and can't say anything. And I understand it sometimes, whatever, because like that's something that's been carried on for so many years and stuff like that. And it's just the law that we follow. And I just wish we could make it. I wish that we could put ourselves in a position where we don't have to do these things, like to be in that position to tell whatever like that, or solving a crime and have to give up that information. But it's just the community that we live in, and the street laws that are invented.
Street laws, unforgiven, sometimes does not forgive, because if you snitch, you have to go back to your community, and normally what happens afterwards?
Self-explanatory. What happens? People snitch, man. Snitches, stitches, all that stuff go together.
Gotcha. Now, in regards to the community and society itself, what do you think would be a good way or something that the community could do to minimize the crime on the street? Options, maybe social programs, maybe sports, music, workshops. What would you suggest, Wayne?
I suggest everything that you just mentioned. I feel that we should take matters into our own hands. We shouldn't have to wait to speak to like a mayor or whatever, anyone. We should just do that in our own community. Like if you live in the neighborhood, the projects, whatever like that, we should start treating it better. Not throwing garbage all over the place, spitting all over the ground, and just take care of our community, because no one else is gonna love us, whatever like that. As you see, no one's caring for us. We gotta care for each other. We gotta just support each other.
Any message for the parents, because a lot of these problems start at home. Most or many of those kids don't have role models like you said. Do you have any message for the parents?
Yeah, be in your kid's life. Drop jewels on them, give them knowledge. That's pretty much be it. Be supportive, because once you're not supportive, they feel like their dreams and their goals are down. Because if they don't have their parents supporting them, then they just gonna give up, lash out, just say F it, and just go to the streets.
What about a message for the kids? No, we had a message for the parents. Now what about the kids? Who should they look up to? What should they do? What things should they get involved in? The easy life and the hard life. Tell us a little bit about those things.
They should get involved within themselves, know who they are first. So you just can't change. You just can't say you're gonna change. You gotta want to change for you to change and stick and be consistent on that change and on your growth as a person. And that's pretty much how I look at it.
Now, have you heard about the Power PAL? You know, where kids go and play basketball. You used to go there. How was your experience? You think it was something positive?
It definitely took us out of the streets. It occupied our mind for those couple of hours while we was there. They had computer programs, basketball teams we was playing on. It's definitely, and I don't understand what happened to the PAL. It seems like it's not involved with the community anymore. We used to do flag football there and everything. You know, it brought us together, and things like that was good.
They're still very much active, but not too many kids go there anymore.
Right.
Maybe we need to motivate our youth to go there, get involved in positive.
Right.
Stay away from the streets, stay away from bad elements. Otherwise, you're going to find yourself in prison or in the cemetery.
Right.
And it's very hard for a 16-year-old to be going to jail for the rest of their lives, don't you think?
It's very hard.
Now tell us about that tattoo that you showed me before. Can you show us that tattoo?
Yeah. It's
What?
my son. It's not finished. It's in the process of healing.
Now, how did your son change your life?
He made me be a role model to him. He made me fix myself as a person, and me raising my son is raising me too as well as a person, and he made me think of my actions so I can be like, I wouldn't lash out. I'll think about my consequences and stuff like that, and more so because every parent has to be there for their child and stuff like that, so they got to make sure they're around. So I just feel like he grown me to be a man, and I'm still in the process of learning to be a dad 100%.
Well, Wayne, it was very nice talking to you.
I still want to talk about like the community and stuff like that. More
There
so.
you go. We're not done.
Yeah.
So Wayne is going to now talk to us about the community, Yonkers Community. Let us hear.
Yeah, I just feel that we need to be more supportive towards each other and support our ethnic group more, African Americans. I just feel that we need to support each other more and not resort to violence, get the drugs off the streets and everything like that in that nature. People feel that by me saying that probably is going to mess up their hustle or whatever. I just feel that we need to open up more black business so we can hustle that way and we can make money that way. Because not only are you destroying the person you are giving the drugs to, you are destroying your own life too by selling and then getting arrested and everything like that. And then you just like helping us get wiped out of the community. As you can see, there's like less black people, African Americans in Yonkers now, like more so in Westchester. It's like we're just going away, and I just feel that we need to stick together. I just feel that we need to stick together, make uplifting music. I feel that there's not an artist to speak about positive things as they on the road, countries they go to. They are still promoting the violence. They old lifestyle. They need to promote new things. They need to make better music, better quality music and stuff like that. It's just too much negative things going around.
And we must stop killing each other.
Correct. Stop killing each other and stuff like that.
Now, what about that song that is coming up, dedicated to your son? Tell us a little bit about that before we go.
Well, the song is I did a remix to Ghostface and Mary J. Blige. It's All That I Got Is You. I did that song more so because like I feel like me as a father, I know that I'm not a perfect dad, and I'll just basically saying my mistakes as a father and how much I love my son and how like our relationship. I don't live with my son no more, so like our relationship is different, and I just feel like sometimes I don't feel like appreciated by him. Maybe because it's the arguments that I have with his mom, whatever like that. And I feel that's a big part of kids too growing up, is seeing their parents argue and being around that thing, seeing abusive relationships and stuff like that, and it feels like they got to be that way too, because that's all they see. And that's another thing too. Like when I was growing up and stuff like that, I used to always be around my parents arguing, and that made anger out of me because I was around anger all the time. And that's just all it is. Negative is just attracting negative and stuff like that. And I also just want to say that we need to stop drinking liquor and everything like that. As you can see, there's a lot of liquor, fast food. There's nothing healthy around this community and stuff like that. That's just all to poison our minds, our thinking and stuff like that. We don't have good what's the word I was saying earlier?
Good examples.
Good examples, but our thinking habits are poorly, and you just need to break that cycle, you know. Like I'm tired of seeing, like, going to the square, seeing people strung up on drugs, the community, like just people just not caring for us and everything like that. And I just feel we need to care for each other.
Well, thank you. Thank you for your time. Thank you for sitting with us, and thank you for speak what's in your mind, and hopefully your words will impact and will change someone. Now say with me, Wayne, if it's not Yonkers' voice, it's not local.
If it's not Yonkers' voice, it's not local.
Cheerios. Take care. Thank you.